I just want to quickly say before we jump into this, a massive thank you to EA for sponsoring today's video.
Hey Matt, what's going on? Is it Bath Matt? Doormat? I don't know what you are. Apparently, actually, you don't really stand still. You're really good at F1 22. So I'm probably going to eat my words because you're going to try and beat my time around Austin, but you've probably already beaten it. So I'm just going to go home now and say good job.
Well, it's not often you get called out by Daniel Ricciardo, a real-life Formula 1 driver, but here we are then. He's called us out. We've got to try and beat his time at the US Grand Prix circuit of COTA. The time, if I'm not mistaken, is a 1 minute 33.519, and yeah, we'll wait and see as to how we get on today. But of course, you guys as well can get involved this weekend. F1 22 is free to play across Xbox, PlayStation, and on PC. I'll make sure to leave some links down in the description below. But yeah, massive thank you to EA for partnering up for this video. But yeah, perhaps you've never played F1 22 before, perhaps you want to give it a go. Now is the perfect opportunity. You've got between now and I think Monday to jump into the game. But yeah, Daniel Ricciardo though, cannot believe it. We've been called out by him. I don't think Doormat is not often one, or Bathmat is not often my name, but we're going to rock with it today, and let's wait and see. I mean, at least he appreciates that we're actually pretty quick there, and of course we get to take out the all-new McLaren livery as well, of course the OKX backed car this weekend as well. But COTA though, quite an interesting circuit. Like I said, a 1 minute 33.5 is going to be an interesting time to beat. I genuinely don't really know as to how challenging that's going to be, but yeah, let's head out then to COTA. Hopefully I'll try and give you guys some tips as well, you know, if you're new to F1 22. And we'll wait and see what we can do. Now, I'm going to start this out, of course, with no setup, but you never know. Danny Rick, you know, he could be pretty quick on the F1 game. And then what we'll do once we've sort of tested ourselves, seen what that time is like, then we'll jump in, make a few setup tweaks. I'll try and give you guys a few handy tips and tricks as well. But yeah, let's head out there then. US Grand Prix circuit, of course, COTA are returning once more. 20 corners around this venue, 10 to the left, 10 to the right, 3.5 mile circuit, if I remember correctly as well, off the top of my head. And yeah, we'll wait and see as to how far away we are on this opening lap. In towards the infamous S's though for the first time here. Just wait and see how easily we can make our way through there, leaving a little bit of time on the table. But for of course as well, for those of you that aren't aware, F1 22, you can race around all the tracks from the real-life 2022 season, races all the drivers and teams as well, and of course you can even set up your own team like we have done and try and back that out for glory. And of course you've got all the F2 drivers as well that you can try and rise up the ranks, or of course you can poach current drivers and even some Formula 1 legends as well. So there is plenty to do on the game. Of course you can even race the F2 cars if that's your cup of tea. Supercars as well have always been quite an interesting little test. But yeah, there's plenty to do on F1 22. A lot to try out this weekend if you haven't already. This final sector of the lap I find the most difficult and technical to really try and get the car tipped through, but so far we're doing alright. They're just got to be really careful on the throttle on the exit. Of course, the new 2022 cars don't have as much downforce in the lower speed stuff as we head down through, I think, the most difficult corner of the lap there. Really did attack the curbs through there a little bit more than I wanted, but rounding out of the final corner then, we are going to be a long, long way away actually from that time set by Danny Rick, a 37.0. We've got about 3.5 seconds to find. I'm going to now really have to try and engage some sweat mode then by the look of it and see how much more we can get. Oh, that's not what you want to do. Just got a warning for track limits as we went down the hill. I took way too much curb on the way in and it just unsettled the car slightly, but half second up, we should be able to get a whole lot closer. We'll continue on this run nonetheless. Of course, if you run outside the white lines in a time trial, it will invalidate the lap, so it won't get posted up anywhere. So we want a valid 133.5. Out of the final corner then, up towards the start-finish line. We are going to improve by a fair old chunk of time there, 36.1. So we are certainly getting a whole lot closer very, very quickly. Let's try and get a clean 35 in, and then we'll jump and make some tweaks. Of course, if you're new to the F1 games as well and you're struggling around, they have got assists as well to help you out. So if you need the racing line, things like that, or you need traction control and ABS, then all of it is included in the game if that's what you want. No shame in running that. I don't use any assists, but that's because I've been playing these games for a long old time. At the final corner, 35.7, so we're about 2.2 seconds away then from the time set by Danny Rick. Let's head back then into the garage and we'll make some setup tweaks. Right, so here we are then, back in the garage, and you've got a wide array of things that you can change on your car's setup. Of course, COTA, quite a high-speed circuit, but a lot of very fast corners. We do need quite a bit of downforce around this event. You're going to bring down the differential as well. It's just personally where I quite like it, of course, to find how much wheel spin you're going to get from the car. Camber, I like to, again, run quite low on F122, but I know a lot of people like to do some different things with it, and then we'll keep tweaking around the suspension and the anti-roll bar there. Of course, ride height as well. COTA, not too bumpy anymore, been resurfaced in recent years, so you can get away with quite a low ride height there, and then again, tyre pressures as well, I'm going to keep quite low. Let's head back out onto the track then and see what sort of difference that makes. I'm heading back up towards turn 1 then. Of course, like I said, we are running now slightly higher wings, so we might be a little bit slower down the straights. We can immediately see just how much earlier we're able to get on the throttle out of turn 1 there, and hopefully through the S's as well. We're going to have a little bit more pace, of course. Got to try and avoid those big orange curves around this venue, but already you can see another quarter of a second, half a second fan there as well. We get a little bit out of shape as we head up towards the top of the hill. Got to learn, of course, to make this track as wide as possible here. You know, really do get the car up on those white lines as we plunge down in towards the hairpin. Of course, brake pressure as well slightly moved, means we can brake later into the corners and really carry speed into the apex. And of course, activate the DRS. That opens up the rear wing at the rear of the car and makes it a bit quicker down the straights as well. But half a second up at the moment. We are definitely finding a bit more time around this lap. We've really just got a lot more bite though through the corners at the moment. Oh, that's going to ruin our lap though. Just ran a little bit wide as we tried to open up the penultimate corner, but round in the final turn once more. What is the time going to be on the board? It is going to be a 1:34.7. So we're now only about a second away here. I'm going to have to bring back some of my signature sweat mode, I think, to try and really get this challenge down. But let's see if we can try and get a clean 34 on the board. We're heading back through the Turkey S section once more. They're really going to try and keep the car as square as possible through there. Oh, again, really attacking the curbs though as we head through the penultimate corner, throwing the car around the circuit, trying to find as much time as we possibly can out of the final corner up towards the line. That's going to be a clean 34.9. 1.4 seconds still to go. Is quite a big margin around COTA. I think I'm going to just try and fine-tune the setup a little bit more, or make some tweaks, and I think, yeah, I'm really going to try and enable some sweat mode here, as again, if we find another 10th through turn 1, it really is about just trying to get the entire lap hooked up. Oh, that penultimate corner. He keeps still doing it to me. We'll see what time it could have been anyways. I think we did really nail it on the last lap. Whoa, over the curbs though. That's going to completely ruin it. It's going to be another 34.9. Fair play. Daniel Ricciardo is very, very fast on F122. Oh, that penultimate corner. Oh, no. Oh, that penultimate corner is really, really giving me some troubles so far today. I've just got to try and get the car over there earlier and keep it square. Otherwise, I'm trying to fling it in from too aggressive an angle. But I know we can get very, very close to that time with the setup we've got. I've just got to really concentrate and dig deep. It's going to be the penultimate corner, or that one at the top of the hill. I'm just trying to chase the time a bit too aggressively. It is really, really difficult. Fair play, Daniel Ricciardo. Whoa, oi! Big, big snap of oversteer there through the penultimate corner, but we do hang on to it. Are we still going to be able to improve? It's going to be very close up to the line. No, we're not. 15 thousandths away just due to that big, big mistake through the final couple of turns there. This is, yeah, really actually quite a big test on F122. I would highly recommend, even if you've already got the game, giving this a go this weekend. Daniel Ricciardo, as you probably expect from a real Formula 1 driver, is absolutely rapid. Nice and easy through the penultimate corner this time round. Let's just try and get it through the final turn and get another time locked on the board. There we go, 1:34.2. So 7 tenths now away from that time. We are still finding more though. Right, well, I've made my last few tiny little setup tweaks then to the car. I'm hoping it's going to make it a little bit faster down the straights, and we'll just try and hang on through the corners then. We just need 7 more tenths of a second around this COTA circuit, which might sound like a lot on paper, but I reckon it's going to be doable. There is immediately another couple of tenths found through the first couple of turns. If this setup works, We will then absolutely run through it. Will only work if I do that. If I don't do that, though. Just still got to be careful of track limits around here when you're on 100% commitment. Huge kick of oversteer there at the top of the hill. Luckily, we lost enough time that the game didn't think I gained an advantage. Although we're definitely going to lose it now. Yep, there we go. Lap's gone again. But we have definitely made some good tweaks here. This time is definitely doable. Right, well, these last few tweaks have certainly made quite a big difference to the car, but at the final corner, let's see what the new time on the board's going to be. 34.0. We need half a second more. We can definitely find that. No! Oh, I haven't looped him around like that through the penultimate corner, but we were 4/10 up there. We would have been super close getting down towards the final turn. What have I got to do? We just need to get that one lap hooked up. How did I invalidate there? I was like 4/10 up and I just went, you know what, we'll cut that curb. Ah, through the final couple of turns there, just ran a little bit wide once more. Up over the line though, we are going to improve by another 10th or so. 34.0 still. Half a second. It's not a lot, and we definitely know the time is on the board. It's just about trying to fit all those pieces together in one lap. That's the challenge still at the moment. As we head out of turn 1, down through turn 2, very much a nothing corner, and then into the S's. You just take a deep breath, fling the car from the left to the right, over and over, of course, based on Maggots and Beckett's from Silverstone, and then down through the next corner, 5th gear, really trying to tap the curve through here, try and get 2 wheels up over the inside there. It kind of drags you through the corner, and then get on the throttle nicely on the exit. Another 10th up purple through the first sector, breaking down for the hairpin at the 100-metre board. Oh, big snap of oversteer there as you try and get the car back into 4th gear to avoid the wheel spin off the corner. So difficult to try and get it all pieced together around this lap. I can nail one corner and then I'll make a mistake in the next, over and over. Or perhaps I just need to keep talking over the laps, because this one we are actually going to improve on at the final corner. What is the time going to be? It's half a second up. Oh, we're less than a 10th of a way from the time that we need, so maybe the talking is the key to finding the time around this venue. That is so frustratingly close now. Out of turn 1, nice and tidy on the throttle. You know what, we're just going to try it. We're going to try talking over a lap and see if it actually makes me quicker on F122. Down into the S's again, tacking the curbs quite nicely through there as we try and keep the car in the right gear. Really again attacking the curbs as we head into sector 2. Nice and tidy over the top. Of course, the car will go really light on you. So easy to upset the rear end up through there, braking just after the 100-metre board, down in towards the hairpin, trying to leave it in 3rd gear, because then it means one short shift up on the exit and you can pick up the throttle quite nicely as we open up the DRS out onto the long back straight. Of course, the only real chance you got of a breather around this lap as we're looking towards the 100-metre board, in towards the final sector of the lap, braking at about 125 metres for sector 3. Oh, a little kick of wheel spin there, but we collected it up, kept it under control as we head now. Nope! You can't talk through an entire lap. It will go badly wrong in the end. But that was 4/10 up again. This time is certainly beatable. Oh, we've actually thrown it away at the final corner. We're going to improve again. But we threw away like a good couple of tenths in that final sector that time round. We are definitely now, it's a case of when rather than if we will beat this time, but this has been a really good challenge. And yeah, certainly, yeah, I would highly recommend anyone, whether you've got F122 or whether you just want to try it out this weekend, give this a go. Oh, 2/10 up, and then through the final couple of turns, like just nowhere near the apex. And that again is just going to ruin another lap time. 33.6 that time. We're a 10th away. We've just got to get one more lap. No! Again! We were green temporarily out of the final corner, but we just got a bit of a wobble. I wonder if we've been able to get that completely hooked up It might have made the difference, but we are just really getting now towards the limit of what I'm capable of on F122, and apparently overstepping the mark as well. Just one lap. I know I keep saying it, but that will make all the difference. Yes! Finally! 1:33.424 there. I could just see the timing on the right-hand side of the screen there, just blip into the green, and I thought, I daren't look before we get back round to the line there, but we've done it! A 1:33.424 there. Remember at the start of this challenge, I think our first lap time was a 1:37.0 there, but finally, Daniel Ricciardo, he has been beaten here on F122. If you have enjoyed this video, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed. Actually, before I do that, we'll make sure that we have a quick look back over the setup for you all as well there. But of course, yeah, like I mentioned at the start, you know, if you haven't played F122 already, now is the chance this weekend, of course, free to play on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. My setup, though, for this one, you can see, obviously, you can't change the fuel loads. 2624 wings. Actually, quite weird. Normally, you have to run lower front wing and higher rear wing there, but 2624 seemed to have worked today there. 6055 on the differential. Minus 3.4, minus 1.9, 0.07, 0.26. 834345 on the suspension, and then 100% braking pressure, 50% front brake bias as always, and then 22.8 on the fronts, 21.0 on the rear tyres there. But there we go, we have finally done it. Daniel Ricciardo has been beaten here at the US Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed this video, like I said, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed. Once more, a massive thank you to EA for setting this up. It's been really, really good fun. And yeah, like I said, check out F122 this weekend, free to play. Of course, if you also play it, all your progress will be transferred over if you do then go on and buy the full game as well. But yeah, a massive thank you to all of you that are watching, and we'll be back very, very soon with more F122 content. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel members, so a massive thank you to all of the names you see on your screens currently for helping support the channel. You can join them by clicking the join button down below, and yeah, thank you once again to everyone that continues all the insane support on my work.